but it's
Let me
tough. But
address that.
there's one other thing, if I might, that you had mentioned that is exactly what happened to me, and has to do with the community foundation situation. We had hoped to apply for that, and we did not. And the reason that we did not was we couldn't get a. We'd gone to the Community Foundation in Broward back in July and spoke to them, and we were initially very encouraged by the people that we talked to. We were explained this may take several months, but there was a lot of interest in this. Well, I went on vacation, and a guy I was working with at the time was checking back. Couldn't get him on the phone. I got back, couldn't get the time of day out of these people. It's like we did not exist anymore. Well, through the grapevine, I had a mutual friend of one of the people that I had spoken to, and they actually told them that they were not going to. They didn't want anything to do with us because they were afraid that we were going to go after their friends at the county. That is the exact words that we were told. And which is kind of ironic given what's happened. We've had some indictments and things, including one county commissioner that's happened since then. But that's what we face, and I was very happy to hear you mention that.
Gary, do you want to talk about that?
Well,
you said that wasn't your program, though, right?
That doesn't matter. I was just thinking the irony of that we did this program, and the Miami-Dade Community Foundation would not do it either. So
really,
no,
really, very interesting.
No, I think they will this year. But in the first year of the program, it was not something.
Well, did they say anything as wacky as what I heard?
No,
okay.
No.
Okay.
But the one reason we're doing this, and one of the challenges that the Knight Foundation has in working with the community foundations, is that many of them don't believe, first of all, that information is part of their purview. It's not part of the community needs as they see them, and they're more used to, as we would say, doing charity,
right,
than they are different sorts of charitable acts. And so it's a challenge for us to get people to see that information is a core community need, and if a foundation wants to contribute money to education or health in the community, how do they know what the community needs?
Right.
If there's not a good information flow in that community in the first place.
It's a great program. I think it's perfect. The only problem is that there are practical problems that can occur like this, and so we couldn't apply for that.
Well, and I would say that that's one reason why Knight Foundation has a variety of programs. I mean, the one that I run mainly seeks news, innovations, and experiments. Well, many of the programs that are funded through the other program, many of the projects that are funded through the other program, are not experimental.
Right.
So they wouldn't qualify for funding under the project or program that I'm doing, but they do under the other one. So we're trying to open up as many doors and windows as we can, right, to the funding at Knight Foundation.
Had you ever heard of something like this happening before? Where there was, the startup like myself was actually told that that's what was happening?
No, I haven't. Okay. But I'm sure that that's actually not an isolated case. Sure. I can't imagine that it would be.
Well, in my case, could I answer the question too? I haven't had a chance to. Addressing what you said, you cannot ask for money. I cannot ask for money. I may, even if I'm not already interviewing you for a story, I may someday. I can't do it. And so we struggled for 2 years to figure out how to deal with it. My board members were not the kind of people, journalists themselves or academics, they didn't know how to ask for money. They didn't want to go there. So finally we realized we were going to have to take some money from my reporting fund or somewhere to hire somebody part-time who could ask for money